down into these team fights, and sometimes you can see a lot of teams actually underestimate the power of the claws. So we'll see how this pans out. In terms of respect, you can see Toy on the Claude with the Purify, denying potential pickoffs coming in from EVOS and their tools, as we take a look at the emblems.
Yeah, the emblems here. Full tankiness for EDOC is going to be the main front line. I don't know if he's going to be hiding as much or he's just going to use the AOG defensively. Those are the two ways to go about it. With Diamond having the agility though, I think roaming is definitely the name of the game here for the EXP lane to get out of it. But Sway Low, again, going with the Inspire, not really concerned about the dive potential. Diamond though.
Gonna be caught, pops into Vengeance, but gets caught by the Onward. There it is, the chain CC of EVOS.
Looks like they're looking for more here. RRQ though, maybe looking for a little bit of a trade back. But unfortunately, they aren't going to be able to find it. So EVOS with the early lead, a chance at momentum here in the early stage of the game. Toy and Edelon 1v1. Some damage over, but no casualties as of yet.
The laning is definitely a big part of this game right now. Rins and Sway Low. I think Rins is having a tough time because Eve is so abusive in the early levels for sure. And even in the gold lane, Boy and Erlan going head to head right here. But EDOC is going to contest half HP only.
As revitalized though, will be able to sustain out of this, but Key is doing the same. Good Sanguine Claws over. Albert with the electrifying beats. Already used up. That's Reggae! Flickering forward. Still Hazel wins out that red tree battle. Gets the Queller down and gets away from the Onward as Diamond walks out. Final slash, bringing Reggae back into another Vengeance reset. He needs one more and Diamond gets one. That's another on Key. That's so many resets for Diamond and he gets the double.
The first blood gets traded back with RQ picking up 2 kills plus the neutral objective as well. On point coming through from Hazel. As we take a look at now, the audience prediction still heavily favoring RRQ, 71% to 29.
Looking forward to see if this is going to be a precedent of like, damage dealing, aggressive EXP laners coming back into the meta. That's something we would love to see. But immediately look at RRQ. Once they have some kind of advantage, immediately to the jungle, to the river, find something on the side of EVOS. But Dyron now has to play so careful with the bush being on his side of the map. This is the unfairness of that lane. Albert takes advantage of it, goes for a steal. He's gonna run into Hazel though.
Oh, Tsunami Slam locking him down now. Hazel, Blade Surge coming down. Oh, Key caught in the back spot, still able to jump in, getting the kill on Hazel. Vengeance on Key. He should be able to get it. Key's trying his best to run back and forth, but still it'll be a kill for Rins.
1-for-1 trade, Hazel for Key. Meanwhile, in the top lane, you do see that Toy is dishing out some damage onto Erlan, utilizing his ult. And we saw a funnel happen as well in the mid lane for Toy. But will that affect Rins and his power spike?
It might just be the case. RRQ now, I think they would require Toy to do better, more so than Rins, because Rins is just a lot more vulnerable, and there's so many ways to dive. Look at Diamond though.
Utilizing the reset to clear this wave, to rotate over, but Reggie has done the same.
Maybe a bit behind though if they're both rotating right now. Just route selection alone, right? Diamond forced to respect the potential gank threat. That's why early ganks on the EXP lane is just so damaging to how you kind of imagine how the game's gonna go. Look at this now, everyone grouping together, big fight happening on the turtle pit.
Both junglers are at the same level, but Hazel is the first one to it right now.
Oh! Great read, Earthshatter flicker, red like a bet, 2-man final slash! Into the back now, Rin's dealing damage, and I'm blocking Hazel down, but he's still able to go on to the turtle! Soul Sever gets a buy one, get one special, as Key and the turtle falls. Erlan, Spear of Misery to put Hazel back towards the river.
That's a 3-4-0 trade in favor of RRQ. Make it a 4 if they are going to be able to get this turret. The spear does not land for EVOS. This is RRQ now picking up the 1,500 gold lead though. Albert?
Reset on the Vengeance, final slash! Unable to get it though. Hazel in the back with the Blade Surge. Can he get the Queller in time? Albert on him now. Hazel, Soul Sever, but they have to concede that kill. Key. Oh, might be looking for it. Rins is gonna stay. Flickers out.
Wow, almost basically a bait there from Key, playing it patient. But good respect from Rins. He knows that he gets targeted a lot, and he tends to overextend. But he won't be able to flicker for quite a bit right now. Only a 1.5k gold lead, despite the fact that RRQ has been quote-unquote winning a lot of these fights, EVOs are getting value from the moments outside of the big moments. So with that pattern that Shevin does not believe in, the longer the game goes, the more chances RRQ will have to kind of force EVOs to be where they want them to be.
Obviously, with Rince still also farming 203 up until this point. In terms of item, he already has 1 plus the Elegant Gem, the Glowing Wand. And as it gets to the 10th minute of the game, as it gets to the 15th minute of the game, those stacks are going to be all the difference when it comes down to these particular team fights. But in that previous turtle take, a huge highlight onto Hazel, right? Despite so much thrown at him, he was still able to get out and still have the ability to pick up that neutral objective, take that retry.
He's juggling really well right now, and he actually has the highest amount of gold in the game, even when Toy has been taking all the gold funneled towards him. Hazel is ahead by about 50 gold. It's not a big deal. Look at Key already setting up. Iron finds him.
Oh, flicker out from Key. He had to respect that.
Alright, I thought the Tsunami Slam was used there, but it's not. So, no final slash. RRQ fighting without a big ultimate tool.
Yeah, no final flash. There you go. That's a Tsunami Slam. Another lock. Tyrant gets away with the vengeance, and it's a free turtle to RRQ.
That's perfect turtle for RRQ now. And Toy finally picks up his first item, no, his second item of the game. He's 1 more away of the Marksman Trinity.
Yeah, only the golden staff to go here. Look at Rinz though. Wait a minute.
3 seconds on Flick, unable to escape out of the M. Blocking Tyron down, Edok right there to provide Tyron with the necessary peel. Up top is an opportunity, and Hazel needs to be careful. That's a 2v1 up top. Airline SOD not landing.
Ooh, that was a close one. But now look at the response. Evo is rotating to the top side. Hazel is in the area, but he can't do anything. The fact that Rinz was so far out there, by the way, in the mid lane, that was definitely a bit of a surprise to see for us.
Yeah, and he gets punished for it, right? 203 earlier on, taken down now, 213. Unfortunately, the flicker didn't come in time. But what they can utilize is the fact that Hazel was not disrupted in the fact that he was able to get the purple buff. As we take a look at the items,
There's a Holy Crystal almost completed for Albert, so magic defense is in order.
there you go.
Tyron has it. Tyron has Radiant Armor right now, so he can kind of survive longer. It's a great pick against the heave as well, the repeated sources of damage. For now, though, I think RRQ is, again, it's kind of who engages first.
Super safe. Even with Albert jumping back and forth, he's super safe. There's no kill threat here, because when you're on a God Thought, it's kind of like a reactive pick, right? You have to jump in for the taunt to get you, or he has to wait in the bush.
Oh, yeah, nice bait. Game fact by GoPay. This marks Arla's debut in MPLID Season 15 after last being used by Luke.
BTR winning against Geek.
Alright, it's been a while since we've seen Arla.
It's a bit too long almost. The Lord is up right now. Pyro's gonna fall on the bottom side though. EVOS definitely has pressure, but Key has no flicker. Let's see what RRQ can do in this situation with Erlan splitting.
RRQ are looking to just come in onto this final slash in the flicker combo now over to Reggie. Only Reggie, the taunt comes down, but Reggie still has the primal wrap. Now an engage for Albert with electrifying beats and Erlan in the back as well. Now Key in the midst of it all, jumping in, trying to sustain, but will be taken down. Erlan Spear of Misery, not landing Reggie! One shot, taking Tyron down. Edok able to escape. Hazel in the bush, Spear of Misery not landing as Rinz is able to flicker out of that wall.
Erlan is still very healthy right now, and meanwhile for the side of RRQ, a lot of the members have been taken very low, and Hazel cannot risk a steal. That's a Lord for the White Tigers.
Good zoning there by EVOS, man. The fact they have the heave, the fact that they have so many ways to just deal damage from afar. It kind of pressured RRQ, and the fact that they were fighting. RRQ was basically fighting in the midst between the team and Erlan, allows for the Moskov to get in the back. And they have a bit of a front-to-back dilemma here with Rinz being so vulnerable on the Sicilian. So you gotta be a bit more careful in the positioning, that's for sure. With the Lord right now, there's good wave clear for RRQ. I think they should be able to clear it, but EVOS can try and at least crack one of the base turrets if they can find a big moment. And you know Key is waiting for it.
For sure, for sure. But, you know, RRQ have tools to counter the N-Gage themselves, right? They still have Edok. This time, Dyrens also still has his kit, alive and healthy. The Lord gets chunked to half.
You can already hear just a bit that final slash from Darren not landing. But the doubts start to creep in. Tsunami slam, finding Rins. SOD! Real relevant POH turn from Swalo. Locks them all down. Toy able to jump back to the BMI. But you cannot say that about Tyron, Rins, and Edog. RRQ have been undefeated throughout Season 15. But the White Tigers, they don't like that. They want to change it.
They lost yesterday against number 7 on the standings. But this is the EVOS that woke up today. This is the EVOS RRQ unfortunately have to face today. And it looks like their inhibitor turrets are still standing for the moment. But EVOS mean business. 2,700 gold lead. All the rest of the turrets are taken down. It only takes just a little bit more for those inhibitor turrets to fall.
Got the replay there. There's a bit of official tournament smartphone. The engage right there onto Rins of all people. They should have known better almost, but without a frontliner to check. I feel like right now, Edog is kind of put in a tough spot because he has to frontline, but he also has to kind of make plays happen, and he's finding it difficult to do both. RRQ again losing on the scouting because Key has so much more space to wait around to kind of surprise RRQ. And RRQ just are unable to punish, and that's partially due to the mobility issues. The fact that they have a Yeve EVOS, they're kind of slowing down RRQ while still outputting that damage. That's the game they want to play, just kite back again and again. And they have so many ways to do so. With the Earth Shatter, with the Void Crystals, with the Spear of Misery as well. So many ways for them to just deny RRQ any kind of fight when they are the ones that desperately need it.
Yeah, that's been the main problem that we've seen, right? Them being kind of caught in the box as well from the real-world manipulation. I'm wondering if things can change once Toy gets to a moment in the game where he can withstand the damage and as well as output the damage. Because in terms of damage output, he's already reached the Marksman Trinity. Wait a second, that's a concealed play. Edog looks for a moment.
Just pull. That feast, bad impact. Reggie taken low, a quarter down. Now RRQ. Do they pull the trigger on this Lord?
Is that warrants a recall? He doesn't.
Final slash, tsunami slam coming down. Retry battle! It's Alberto wins it. Hazel was occupied by Key. Now they go all in. A Terrorite Quiller from Hazel. Finding an Albert in the back now, looking for the kill on Toy. Rose going BDM from Toy. He buys it in time, and Albert got baited in. Can Toy go for the chase? Albert with the dash. BMI Toy!
2 for 3 traded in. That's still them in the game. EVOS were the ones to pick up the the Lord rather. But RRQ traded back for more. Is this going to be a reset, Arashi?
That's a bit too close for comfort, man, but RRQ, I dare say the call was made to ignore the Lord and go for the players instead. Hazel was charging up that dash, that stun, and he just went straight to Key. Instead of going for the 50-50 steal right there, RRQ were trying to find a decisive wipeout scenario. All things considered, despite the fact that they lost the Lord, EVOS are unable to use it. And look at the gold lead. EVOS were in the lead at about 2,000. Now it's equalized, so it's anyone's game. EVOS got a chance to once again reset, go for the split push, for the pick of style. But RRQ, they found a winning, not winning, but an even scenario there. And that was just way too risky.
Wow. Oh, aggressive build from Sutsujin. I mean, Hazel. That's usually what we see from Sutsujin, the endless battle. It's Hazel who's going to go for the same build, the Mercenari. What does Leo call him? Le Mercenaria. That's the Le Mercenaria build by Hazel with the endless battle. You deal more damage, true damage.
All right, right now the control, though, you can see there's so much more emphasis in the mind games, right? Again and again. RRQ trying to surprise EVOS. Are we going for the Lord? Are we going for one of you? You know, are we on the bottom side of the map? Are we on the top side of the map? This is the next layer of gaming, aside from just compositions and item builds, man. I think both teams are doing great. But the longer the game goes, remember, there's still great scaling coming through by Rins. He's been shut down quite a bit. Not even level 15 just yet. That's 15 minutes in the game. But he's still getting a decent amount of stacks right here. But he needs to stay away from the mid lane, dude. EVOS are definitely waiting for him to show up again.
Oh man, the EVOS. The fact that they have the Moskov as well, they can utilize the far lane to their advantage.
Oof.
not as, you know, I mean, technically with Toy, MPLID can also find a similar thing. As a concealed play already utilized by RRQ, EVOS back away, they play it safe. They don't find anything.
Ooh, right. That's the purple not taken away. Still in the hands of Albert. That's good for EVOS. 10 seconds to go. And already Toy getting busy on the bottom side. Erlan is in position to kind of bounce the wave back, but RRQ at this point, they have enough damage, I think, to force EVOS' hand, so you might want to be a bit more careful about that. Right.
Who's gonna pull the trigger first, right?
Okay. They want to pull the trigger first, RRQ. They got the proper setup. Mid lane was shoved in already. Reggie's looking for the play. Hazel. Retry win. Tsunami Slam. Locking Edok down, but it's only just Edok's. Reggie jumps in with an Earth Shatter now into the back. And that's holding the Airline. Locking up Hazel with the assassination on Airline. Buys the immortality and the winner crown. By so much time out of the back. Toy has to recall. Hazel buys the Rose Gold Meteor and goes to the purple buff. Sustaining away, but he will be taken down. Shut down from Sway Low. Rins gets another.
That's a 2-4-3 trade. But this time RRQ, they're the ones to be able to pick up the Lord. Could this be the moment, the turnaround coming from RRQ? Can they pick up more structures on the board? Rins also finally gets that Divine Glaive.
Oh man, that should be the case here. The audience goes wild, and Toy, I guess he has mobility. He's going to try and get some more value. The fact that RRQ though were able to get the Lord, force EVOS' hand, and still come out on top, trading 2 for 3 there. I think that's a very concerning sign for EVOS. Something isn't really working in their favor in the previous fight. And as the game goes on, like you mentioned, Eterna, Rins has picked up the Divine Glaive. Now, aside from the full-build Claude that's trading everyone in your team as they dive in, there's also going to be Rins that's going to be doing so much more damage.
It's the poke that RRQ can utilize as we get into the neutral objective takes. Technically, I mean, Suelo does have poke too, but that spammability nature of Rins, they don't commit over it.
That could have been bad.
Yeah, the teammates from Key weren't really in position there, but RRQ wouldn't know that, right? That's part of the mind game here. That's one more cover down, and
He flickered.
oh,
Alrighty.
RRQ. I guess now with Rins having more burst damage, there's more risk involved with checking forward. You can see Key positioning a lot more carefully here, knowing that the death timers are longer as well. Oh no!
Taunt, AOG, no! Purify on Airland! Edok slays him, and now RRQ have one less member to deal with.
And it's Erlan, of all members from the White Tigers, the one man you'd want to protect in the 18th, 19th minute of the game. Such bad timing, Erlan. No, RRQ now have all the space that they need. With the lack of damage coming from EVOS, they're going to be able to pick up these turrets even without the Lord take.
It's a Kumar moment right there, opening up a push key. That should be a base turret take, and look how Dyron is zoning them. No, they don't want to go in. It's too risky. So they get just a few hits on it, and that's it.
They don't take this buff either? Interesting.
Toy is going for it. Like you mentioned, Mirko, it's a bit too risky. They know that they're close to the base. They won't have the base turret down just yet, but they do have the setup advantage. You can see the rest of the team still visible by EVOS on the top side. Rins with a... Is that high or is it just decent at this point?
It's pretty high, 274 stacks.
I think we've seen higher. But look at this, immediately RRQ again forcing EVOS' hand. They're not ready this time.
Uh-oh. Reggie spots it, but is it too late? Look at the positioning of the EVOS members. Final slash over Reggie with the real world ablation, locking Edok down. Dyron gonna be locked very low or shatter. Onto him, keep getting the Tsunami Slam on him. That's gonna be Dyron falling. Winner crown already from the side. Rins able to say alive with Erlan. Dives in, gets taunted. Toy gets another. Reggie losing immortality. Hazel still there with Toy to save the day, but Erlan, he got taunted again before.
He did, but he was still able to push in that top tier turret, so that inhibitor turret still falls in favor of EVOS. And the fact that they've been able to reset this entire scenario as well, it's just a complete reset, but with EVOS picking up an inhibitor turret.
Oh boy, that was a bit too close, man. Again, RRQ, they were trying to go for a play 1v1.
No way.
He wants that revenge. Albert wants that revenge.
He's not gonna give it.
think the Lord might be taken right now. There's Notorious Hazel's trying to make a play.
Uh-oh, this is risky. Toy jumps in with a blazing duet. Immortality bot, Hazel, Blade Surge charging. RWM, he gets away from it. Look at the Lord, it should be going to Albert. There should be no way to steal. Hazel walks up, no way. No way! Oh my goodness, Albert still able to get a Hazel. A mistake from him, Soul Sever, no! He gets out.
Oh, so close. We're down to just the nanometers at this point. So close, almost a steal coming in, almost a blunder as well coming from Hazel. But in the end, he gets out alive, and in the end, the White Tigers are the ones to be able to push in with this Lord. 21 minutes, no inhibitor turrets to stave off that pressure. Will this be the final push that EVOS need to seal the deal?
Somehow it doesn't seem all that guaranteed still, but EVOS are definitely looking for a key.
Jumps in, Edok. So able to stay out of that range. They have a Sicilian, they can clear it out. Mid lane, coming down in the mid lane. Oh, Tsunami Slam, locking him down. Edok still has, Final Snatch from Tyron! That one's toward the blazing duet, but Reggie's on the Primal Wrath. The Lord is on the base. Albert walking up to find Beach Prince, buys the immortality in time as the mid lane will definitely be taken out. Toy! With a BMI wins, flicker forward, bad impact key, able to space away. Can he run? No, he cannot!
A 1-4-3 trade. They've been able to defend. Albert alone.
Immortality bot and the glowing wand prop. He has to time this perfectly. From Renz! 4 members down. RRQ are going straight for that end ankle.
That's it, right? Reggie left alone in his base. I don't think he's going to be able to defend this damage. The undefeated run coming from RRQ. It still stands.
Primal Wrath, Toy on the base. 7 seconds for airline. Raise your banners. Despite the early game, despite EVOS taking them to deep waters, the Kings prevail.
And the Kings still come out on top, losing